My greetings to all. Today's mini grammar tutorial is exercises about the past simple. Now, if you need more information on the past simple, kindly please resort to tutorial number 7 in the app English for All, definitely under classes. Now, in this tutorial, as a beginning, I have summarized for you the conditions in which the past simple is used with regard to the relation between the pronouns and the nouns and the main and the auxiliary verbs. Now, this is going to be done with relation to three different types of sentences: statements, now negation, and interrogative, that is question. Again, I'm going to use 3 or 4 actually different types of verbs: the base form, the verb to be, the verb to have, and the verb to do. And I'm going to depend on the types of pronouns like he, she, and it as singular, they, we, and you as plural, and I. Now let's start with the base form, and as a reminder, because I'm relating to the past simple, so this base form either comes with an ed or d, which is regular, or it could be like verb to when it is regular, as you know. We've discussed this long time ago in previous tutorials. Again, your base form can be either regular or irregular. Now, as for the verb to be, it depends on the pronoun, and the verb to have and the verb to do, regardless what the pronoun is. All pronouns, singular or plural, okay, they all take had as for have and did as for do. The only one that makes us think and wait for a while before we go on answering questions is the verb to be, because as you can see, with regard to the pronouns he and she and it, you are using was, and as for they, we, and you, you're using were, and I, again, you are using was. Some might ask, when do I use were with the pronoun I? This is only done in 2 cases: when you are referring to the if conditional type 2, when you are advising people, if I were you, I would, or wishing, again, I wish I were you, or I wish I were in a different place. These are the only 2 cases in which you can use were with the pronoun I. Okay? Now, as a reminder, in case of the negation, negated verbs, whenever we use did, it is followed by the base form. Now, again, this applies also to the verb to have and verb to do. So didn't have, not has or had, and didn't do. And if you are forming an interrogative or a question, you bring the verb to do, which is in this case did, at the beginning of the question sentence or to the left of the subject. Again, did is followed by the base form. Okay? As for was, it's easy. You bring the verb to be was in this case, then the subject, in this case the pronouns he, she, or it, and then the remaining of the sentence. Now, for do and have, again, we use did because we actually treat the verb to have and the verb to do as main verbs. So again, we have did followed by the main base form, have, not has or had, again did followed by do, again I'm referring to the interrogative here, did followed by the base form, as you can see, and did is followed by the base form, as you can see. Now, did followed by the subject verb and then the base form of the verb. Did is followed by the subject and then the base form of the verb. And this thing applies to the pronouns they, we, and you, and the pronoun I. Now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to refer to the first 2 questions with you, and then I'm going to leave you on your own to do the rest of them. Now, again, Salim here as a subject doesn't make a difference whether Salim is subject as singular or plural, because in both cases it's going to be deleted. Now, as for this is a question. So what do we do? As I said before, we actually bring the verb to do, in this case did, at the beginning of the sentence. You start with a capital letter, and then you bring the verb finish and you keep it as finish, which is the base form. Now I'm going to leave you, but I'm going to show you by highlighting the indication which indicates the past simple, and then I'll leave you on your own to do the other sentences. Thank you for listening. Okay, now as for the answers, as you can see, all these are the answers for the previous 36 different sentences. Thank you for listening. Our next tutorial is going to be a comparison between the two tenses, the past simple and the present simple. Thank you very much.